Oh, it is so pretty out here this morning. What a gorgeous, gorgeous morning. Gorgeous morning. I could sit and stare at this all day. I'm gonna have a morning chat with you, but I need a coffee first. And before I do that, I need to go rinse off this tan. Oh yeah, I slept in a tan last night. And am I regretting it? Maybe. But the deed is done, so hold please. This is a morning coffee. Guys, I just took a couple of hours to just be with myself, and I just decided to embrace the morning. I went for a little stroll. I got myself an iced coffee and a Core Power, had some blackberries. I literally sat on the seawall and ate some blackberries, turned around and came back, and it was just so nice. At first I was like, am I a loser? Like, why am I sitting here going for a walk by myself? But then I realized, hold on, it's actually very rare that I get this time to just sit and listen to my music and chill out by myself, and it was actually wonderful, and it couldn't be a more gorgeous morning. Truly, truly. And then I got back and just needed to put my hair up in the curlers, which you guys have seen me do a billion times. So I just decided to catch up on some vlogs. It's my favorite thing to do. I love sitting and getting ready, doing my makeup, doing my hair, and watching all my favorite people's vlogs. It's just like, name me a better morning. I actually saw someone post about that recently. And it was so sad because it was like, one day you're sitting and getting ready with all your girlfriends and the next you're getting ready alone. And I was like, that's so true. Back in the days of being young and going out on the town, the best part was getting ready. It was never the going out part. The best part was always sitting there, blasting music with your girlfriends, getting ready, having a little pre-drink, and yeah, wow. Times have changed, haven't they? And I'm just gonna zip through my makeup with you. I kind of brought two vibes, as always. I brought a little pink blush vibe, and I brought Picante. I feel like because I sat in a tan last night, it would be shameful for me not to embrace the Picante, so we'll have a little Picante day. Oh, I just saw a girl's TikTok. Taylor had reposted it, and then I saw it. Oh, you know what? Let me just go find her right now. Celine M posted this video of her wearing Picante. She's so gorgeous. I was absolutely floored. I love seeing people wear Picante. I try to repost and share every time someone does. I'm like, oh, it just looks so good on everybody. I'm endlessly proud of that blush. I'm gonna don my little Lisa Eldridge skin tint. I'll list all the products that I'm using below. You guys know it's the usual lineup, but I wanted to have a chat with you because obviously we're not at home. We're at this beautiful hotel. I am like so thrilled to be in this room. We've actually stayed here before. It's the Wedgwood Hotel in Vancouver. There's a few hotels also. Oh my, what have I done? What have I done on this? Can I pin this up? Let me just get that out of the way. Anyway, there's a few hotels that we love in Vancouver. Love the Douglas and JW Marriott at Park, Vancouver. Love all the Fairmonts. There's the Fairmont Pacific Rim. There's the Fairmont Hotel, Vancouver. The Wedgwood Hotel was a more recent discovery. Like, hello, me and Dan both grew up downtown, and there's still so many hotels that we have no idea about. Someone had just mentioned the Loden Hotel to us, and I was like, what's that? So I guess when you grow up in a city and you're not like visiting, you're not staying at hotels, I don't know if I'm just totally out to lunch, but yeah, there's so many hotels that I was so unaware of. Oh, the Rosewood, obviously. That's where we got married. But the Wedgwood Hotel, I love it so much because it reminds me of an old palace. It's so pretty. The vibes in here make me feel like I'm staying in a castle. And it's my birthday on Monday. Okay, I turned 32 on Monday. I'm a Leo baby, August 11th, 1993. And I'm truly the anti-celebrator. Dan and I both. We've been trying to be more aware of it in recent years, but for the most part, holidays and birthdays stress me out. They cause me so much stress because I'm so concerned that I'm like not doing enough for people, and I'm concerned that I'm a terrible gift giver. It just causes me so much stress. So usually I try to like avoid celebrating birthdays at all costs, and I'm like, no, don't do anything, don't give me anything, please. And I so sincerely, truly mean that because I don't know why. I get stressed that I like can't reciprocate. I don't know what that says about me if I just overthink all things in my life. But I decided to very last minute celebrate my birthday, and I was like, what do I love to do? I love to do nothing. I love to be rested. I love to be peaceful, and I also love to be in the city and frolicking on the seawall and going for long walks in the gorgeous summer sunshine. So I said, Dan, let's just do a staycation. Let's just spend the weekend downtown. So it's a little spendy. This is my birthday present. This is my gift. We booked a weekend at the Wedgwood Hotel, and it's just so divine. And I'm thrilled. And I have a little brunch with the girls today. I'm going to spend the evening with Dan, and we're just going to relax and do some family stuff tomorrow and Monday, and it's just going to be perfect. I truly could not ask for more quality time and a peaceful, restful weekend. I'm a happy gal. So that's why we're here. And I couldn't be more giddy about it. Oh my goodness, this room is insane. I think they have like the big suites on the top floor, and then this second floor is like the penthouse rooms, but they're all like, there's a ton of them. Like it's a normal floor of hotel rooms, but they're just the bigger ones with a bedroom, and they're just so nice. Oh my god, I love it here. It feels so special. I might make this like an annual tradition. We've actually been really lucky to be traveling on a lot of my birthdays over the years, but if we're ever home, I might just make it a little tradition to do a little staycation, because this just brings me so much joy, and the view is amazing. It's so funny. I think I said this the last time we stayed here too, but it's a city view. You're staring at glass and buildings, but for some reason it's so beautiful, and you get the sunrise here, and it's just, ugh, so divine. Feeling very lucky, feeling very grateful, and I was actually really funny. I was feeling a little bit sad this morning, and it's hilarious because we were just teasing Victoria about it because she was having the same thing when we saw her for her birthday a few weeks ago. She was like, I'm just feeling a little bit sad about getting older this year, and just based on the last couple of weeks and experiencing loss and just kind of being down about that too. I think every year as you get older feels a little bit different. Like I still feel so young in my mind, and I was so thrilled. I was like so excited to turn 30, and I think it's because I've been feeling the best and the healthiest over the last few years, more so than I ever did in my 20s, and I think that's why I just feel excited about it. I'm like, ugh, I just feel good, and I feel like I'm taking care of myself, and I'm focusing on my health, and that just makes aging a little bit less daunting. But I was feeling a little bit sad this morning just because Dan and I both have been feeling a little bit overwhelmed over the last few weeks, obviously for a multitude of reasons, but I realized a few things and a few feelings have kind of been building up over the last little while, and I decided to sit down with myself and stop feeling sad about it. And I wanted to discuss with you a few things that I am not going to be bringing into this new age. I'm turning 32 on Monday, and I am leaving some things behind me, and I think that a lot of you will agree with this. And one of those things is that ridiculous feeling of stress. I overthink and stress about everything. Like my mental and emotional overload at all times is high. I have high stress, high anxiety. I'm constantly concerned about how I am treating other people, which I don't think is a bad thing in a lot of scenarios, but I'm constantly testing the temperature in every room. I am constantly concerned about how other people are feeling. For the most part, I don't really care what other people think about me, but I care how other people are feeling. And I don't know what the difference is with that, but I'm always concerned that I'm not doing enough. I'm always concerned that I'm not giving enough. And Dan and I will go out of our ways in any scenario to make other people's lives easier. Like, we realized that even with me trying to decide what I wanted to do with my birthday. A few of my girlfriends have had babies. Most of our friends and family still live downtown, and Dan and I kind of moved ourselves away, right? Like, we don't live the closest. If anyone would come visit us, you're driving. It's kind of like a little road trip back and forth. So I had said to the girls, oh, all I want for my birthday is to have everyone at our house. We just want to share our backyard and share our space with you. And then I was overwhelmed with guilt and stress over asking everybody to come and drive to us, because I know that it's so much easier for me and Dan to just drive downtown and be closer to everyone else. I can't accept people going out of their way on my behalf, and to a fault all the time. It's always that way. Dan and I are always trying to make everyone else's lives easier, and Dan and I will always happily move our schedules around, give ourselves stress before asking anyone else to put themselves out in any kind of way. It's just funny. I don't know how to not be that way. I always tell myself that I would rather inconvenience myself than have anyone be inconvenienced for me. And again, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but I think that trickles into me and Dan's personal lives, like even with each other. We will under-celebrate, we'll under-acknowledge, we'll just kind of end up also under inconveniencing ourselves and choosing the easy path and like choosing to be relaxed and stress-free, where I feel like that actually has a negative effect in that we're missing out on opportunities or missing out on exciting experiences when we're just constantly trying to undercomplicate every part of our lives. I don't know, does that make sense? It just ends up being that with so many scenarios, with friends, with family, with ourselves, we're basically living on everyone else's schedule and not prioritizing our feelings and our schedule and our wants and desires sometimes. And I know that some of you will feel the same way, where obviously like weddings and birthdays and things like that's not necessarily what I'm talking about, but it's more so taking a little bit more time to think about what we want to do as well. Maybe putting ourselves first in some scenarios and being okay with that and prioritizing what we want to do instead of constantly putting everyone else's feelings before ours all the time. And I've been trying to be a little bit more strict about that and a little bit more aware of that. And so Dan and I shook hands. We've promised ourselves that this year, at the ripe old age of 32, the youthful age of 32, we're gonna start prioritizing our wants a little bit more. Maybe we'll plan a trip or do more little staycations like this and just take that time to be with ourselves and be a little bit more peaceful and not put everyone else's schedules ahead of ours. Always. I don't like to say the word selfish, but maybe being a little bit more selfish with our time and prioritizing ourselves a little bit more. And with that being said, the next thing that I'd like to do a little bit more is protecting our peace, because I feel like they go hand in hand, and you see that all the time online. If you take a second to scroll TikTok, you always see people talking about setting boundaries and protecting their peace. And that's something that I've been noticing so much, is just continuing from that last point. Like, my emotional overwhelm is so great all the time. And I don't necessarily know how to navigate that. I don't know how to not be concerned and not let things bug me emotionally, but I want to make an active effort to just be aware of the fact that things can only bother me if I let them bother me. I need to be a little bit more peaceful in my mind, and that goes in so many different directions in so many different ways, but I need to be a little bit more mindful of it going forward, protecting my peace mentally. Just mentally, I need to be a little bit more calm and peaceful, because I'm just like this all the time. And there's a few things that I know that I can do, a few habits that I have in my toolbox, and I know that I can activate it and try and bring more calm and peace, but I know that that will improve a lot of areas of my life, just like my mental health and well-being, but also my sleep. My sleep is greatly affected by all of my thoughts constantly running and just being so stressed out all the time over things that I don't need to be stressed out about, which also beautifully goes into the next point of stop worrying about things that I can't control. It might be like an only child syndrome. I was an only child until I was 8 years old, and I feel like that's definitely had an impact on how I live my life. I'm a strong control freak. I like to be in control of my life. I like to be in control of situations, and that also causes me a lot of stress in my life. I'm malleable in the sense that I know that plans change and I will adjust my life accordingly, but I also find myself getting really stressed out by things that I shouldn't be, like other people's actions. I can't control other people's actions. I can't control the weather. I can't control so many parts of my day, and I let it bother me a lot more than I would like to admit. And I need to leave that behind. You know, all the experts say you can't control a situation, you can only control how you react to the situation. I need to remind myself. Do I need to like tattoo that on my arm, because it's what I feel so strongly? And that is going to be like, I'm basically having New Year's resolutions right now going into my birthday. I want to have a 32-year-old New Year resolution, basically. Stop stressing about things that are out of my control, protect my peace, my own mental self, my mental well-being, and how I respond to things. Worry less about not being in control of the things that are around me, and just control what's inside and how I react and respond, and try to hold on to things less emotionally. You know, sometimes you get a bad text or you get a bad email and it just like sends me into a spiral. Sometimes words that people say to me, things that happen to me that are beyond my control, I let it get to me so much. I will be so bothered. Sometimes I will like read a nasty message, read a nasty comment, and I will be in bed for a day or two. I will have nightmares about it forever. You know, I still have server nightmares. I often have nightmares about not getting to a table in time. Still, to this day, I haven't been a server since I was like 21 or 22 years old. And it still occasionally haunts me in my sleep. Literally, it's so ridiculous. I still think about responses that I could have had. What could have been, you know, when someone says something really like shocking and horrible to you and you're like, oh, I wish I could have said this, or I wish I could have responded about that. Like, those are thoughts that still plague me. Like, it's so insane. It's so insane. Ah! My brain can be a dark place for absolutely no reason, because I am so lucky. I'm so grateful, blessed, have loving friends, have loving family. I have a loving husband. Why do I focus on these things? Why do I let these things infect, like be a parasite in my brain? So those are just a few of the things that I am going to be letting go of this year. Like, it is my mission to just live in a peaceful, delusional land, okay? 32 is the year of Delulu. It is my mission to be delusionally positive, okay? And one thing that I'm gonna do to make an effort of that is wake up every morning and choose a positive thought. I'm going to wake up and think to myself, how can I make today the best day? Even if there's nothing happening, even if there's nothing exciting going on, I wanna wake up and be like, how can I personally, in my mind, make today the best day? How can I make this a positive situation? And just go about my day and live my life that way. Someone who does that very well is Tori Webster. One of my influencer pals, who I've had the absolute pleasure of knowing for many years now, is the most positive person that I have ever met. And every time I see her, I'm reminded of how overwhelmingly positive she is, and truly is that way. And I'm like, I need to practice that more. In any scenario, I'm gonna try to change my mental thoughts to be on that track. And another thing that I think will really help that is being a little bit more put together. You guys know that I struggle with this so much, and I talk about this a lot, but there are so many days that I just sit in my sweatpants, sit in a sloppy way, I don't get dressed, and it'll be like weeks and weeks on end of this. Like, for the most part, I'm only getting dressed if I have to be somewhere or if I'm filming a video. Otherwise, I exist in a very messy state. And I know that that has an effect on me. I do want to put a little bit more effort into myself for myself, not for other people. But I feel amazing when I put a face of makeup on, when I take 10 minutes to do my hair and I get dressed. It makes me feel like I can do anything and take on the world. And it makes me feel like I am perceived the way that I want to be perceived. And I just want to enter the era of feeling a little bit more fabulous for myself. And I actually saw Emma Chamberlain's video. She did like a confidence week, and I was very inspired by that. And I want to kind of do something similar. I want to try that next week and just treat myself how I want to be treated. I want to feel more fabulous. Why not? Life is so short. We could literally die tomorrow. Do I want to die with a bun on my head and in my sweatsuit? Not really. I kind of want to be more fabulous. I want to be someone maybe who's a little bit more effortlessly fabulous, but just I want to feel good for me. And there's a few things that I want to adjust in my daily life to be that way, because there's so many scenarios where I leave the house, I don't feel my best, I'll meet someone, or you just never know what can happen. Sometimes things happen randomly and you're like, oh, I kind of wish I had an outfit on for this, or I wish I had done my hair this morning. Ugh. And just like, they might seem stupid and trivial and surface level, but it can really affect how your day goes. And I don't know, we'll talk more about that later. I'm thinking of a video that I want to chat more about that in later, but these are just a few of my thoughts entering into the year of 32, and I'd love to chat with you guys more about it. What are your thoughts as you age? What are some things that you've learned? What are some things that you're wanting to work on? Or some things that you want to adjust in your day and how you live your life and how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, searching for more positivity in a world that can seem so dark all the time, and there's just crazy shit happening all the time, and I'm like, I just need to, like, you know, I want to be that dog in that meme where the flames are just erupting around him and it's like, it's fine, everything is fine. I just want to be a little bit more delulu and just constantly be more grateful, remind myself of how beautiful life is, how lucky we are to be here and to be breathing. And sometimes we just need that sweet little reminder. So here I am, approaching my 32nd birthday. My hair is ready to go. I am putting a cute outfit on, and I'm gonna go have a cute little brunch with my girlfriends. So thank you for getting ready with me. Those are my thoughts on this day. I need to put some hairspray in this, and then I'll show you guys my outfit. You just do a little bit of hairspray. I forgot my texturizing spray. Crap. Does Dan have any? Oh my god, he does. Dan, sorry, I'm stealing the last of your texture spray. Just to keep a little bit of lift. Okay. Orabella Salted Muse Avi. That's the hair and the makeup done. And here's the outfit. Hopefully you guys will be able to see. You might not be able to see the shoes from here. Sorry. But these jeans are from Girlfriend. I just got them from Revolve, and I also got this top, which I was so thrilled about. It's a little halter top. So cute. I love the pattern. They actually have matching pants, which I did order on pre-order, but I love these jeans. They're so perfectly flowy and thin and soft and fab. And then these are my little shoes from Zara, and then my Tory Burch bag, because we are feeling fabulous for this year, and I was like, why not take my fanciest, most fabulous little bag? Because she is perfection and actually fits everything, including my phone and my little G7X. Oh, and my gum. So there we go. That's my look. Dan will be here very shortly to pick me up, and then hopefully we can get some pics and then go for brunch. I feel Good morning. It appears as though I'm only a good vlogger and good human in the mornings. But went for brunch, got our cutie little pedicures. We actually got our pedicures pretty late in the afternoon, so I wasn't even back until around 5. And then Dan and I had some dinner, went to bed. I got my period. Thank God. Honestly, my period was almost 2 full weeks late. I know that travel and jet lag can do things, getting sick, stress, whatever, that can push things, but it was getting to the point where I was like, is something else happening here? So I was relieved, but also didn't want this bloodbath on this fine day. You know, my aura was deeply inaccurate, telling me when I was going to get my period. But yeah, so I need to go get some pads because I did not pack anything. I'm so deeply unprepared. But I wanted to say that I brought my nail polish to get the pedicure yesterday. I'm so obsessed with this. It's the same one that I've had and I've been doing on my toes since I was in Toronto. This is the Revlon Posh 571. I'm obsessed with the green. It's so cute. My toes are hideous, but this makes me feel like they're pretty little beings. So just wanted to say, I've never done that before. I've never packed my own polish. I felt like kind of a freak being like, hi, I know you have 5 million here, but can you do this on my toes? But it's so cute. I love it. So anyway, Dan and I just went for a little walk, had a little stroll, got a coffee, and now I'm going to meet Armene to do a workout. And I need to just stop and get a pad on the way. And I think we're doing a sprinty class. So I'm going to meet her at House Concepts and go sprint our life away. Wish me luck. Oh, I'm so not feeling it for that right now. On a day 1, no. Listen, y'all, that house class was crazy. It was so hard. I was positively exhausted. And then we went over to Beau and got our nails done. I met up with Arms and Mel because we got our pedis yesterday. Now we have nails. My nails were heinous. It had been, they were so overdue. And Shireen is amazing. Also, Armene got a new red light therapy panel, which you can use while you're getting your hair done or your nails done. Absolute slay. That was so fabulous. I was sitting there. I looked crazy. I was sitting there in my goggles, getting my nails done, basking in the red light. Unreal, truly. What a pamper moment. But unfortunately, I just had to run back, quickly just do myself up, and we need to check out now, which is so sad. I feel like this was over in a blip. But I wanted to just show you guys a room tour because it's such a pretty hotel. It's so pretty. It literally feels like a luxe palace. I love it so much. So let me just show you the room real quick, okay? Okay. You walk in the beautiful door. You enter this gorgeous living space. Look at the little living room, the little mini bar and the coffee bar over there. Little fireplace, so cute. Little mirror and a desk. Fab. Onto a giant terrace. Stunning views. You guys have seen this. Beautiful. There's another doorway to the bedroom right there, but how gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I just love all the details too. All the details. So cute. Okay, continue on the hallway. Another closet. Gorgeous. Hallway. More closet. Look at this bathroom. Look at the bathroom. You best believe I had a bubble bath in there. Toilets in there. Shower in here. Beautiful. Then there's little slidey doors that lead to the bedroom. You can close these if you want privacy or open it up for more, visual if you wanted that. And we enter the bedroom. Oh, this makes me want a big bougie headboard. I'm obsessed. It's so cute. Little vanity and a stool over there. Little window. It's just so lovely. Truly, this was such a dreamy little birthday staycation. I wish we could stay for longer. You know when you book 2 nights, you're technically only there for 1 day because you need to check out in the morning. You just want it to be a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. Even 1 more night. I feel like I could just... yeah, so cute. Anyway, so lovely. I need some food. I have not eaten yet. I bought an apple on the way to the house workout class, and I need food immediately, so regrettably, we're gonna check out. And that's the little staycation. And you see, guys, I got back. I put a face of makeup on. I just really quickly recurled my hair because at this ripe, old, beautiful age of 32, we are going to be fabulous. Popping in to do a quick little birthday weekend recap because we had so much fun. Honestly, it was a really busy couple of days. My parents, my dad and my stepmom actually made a surprise visit. They literally called us while we were staying at the hotel and they were like, hey, we're in Squamish, are you home for the next couple of days? And we were like, yes we are. What are you doing here? And they were like, LOL, we just got to Squamish. I'm like, Totally. Yes, absolutely. Come hang out. So they actually stayed with us for the next 3 days, and it was really lucky, obviously, that we're just kind of hanging out and home. We were really glad that we could make that work because they hadn't actually been to our house since our wedding day. And so we ended up hanging out with the whole fam. And it's kind of crazy because me and my stepdad both have the same birthday, and then my dad's birthday is the day after. So we just ended up having a big celebratory couple of days. It was so nice. We actually, one of my parents' family friends actually took us for a ride in the helicopter perfectly on my dad's birthday. We were like, sick, happy birthday, father. That was crazy. We went and flew over a glacier. It was insane. We had so much fun. We had a big family dinner. Truly couldn't be more grateful. Had the best couple of days. Couldn't have asked for a more sweet birthday. And following up from our little chat, we are making ourselves feel fresh and fabulous every single day, and I intend on sticking to that and talking more about that. So stay tuned. We'll be having a chat about that later on, but I just wanted to say that I know, especially when the content is going up, like when I have a little delay in YouTube videos, it feels like I'm celebrating my birthday forever, but I promise I'm not that insane. But I just wanted to say thank you all so much for the birthday wishes to all of my Leo and August birthday babies out there. Happy birthday to you. I'm feeling all the good Leo energy this month, and it's been a beautiful way to kick off the ripe, youthful age of 32. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me this weekend. Love you all so much, and I'll see you all very soon for a new video. Bye!